Good evening, and thank you for taking the time to watch our second FAQ video for Mountain View Prep. I'm Grey Ramsey. I'm the athletics director at MVP. Our principal, Matt Talley, shared with you earlier this week an FAQ video regarding academics primarily for MVP. And I wanted to take some time this evening to share with you some important questions that parents have been having about athletics at MVP. A reminder that a lot of this information is shared with our weekly meetings on Tuesday that occur at noon on Tuesdays, and we also have a parent meeting every Tuesday night starting at 6 p.m. We've also been offering Zoom meetings for parents that cannot attend in person, and we also have our website at mvpstars.org where you can find a lot of this information, including this video that will be posted tonight. Some of the most common questions that we have regarding athletics is knowing a charter school, and with it being new to this area in the upstate, is what type of schedule you're going to be playing. What region may you potentially be in? Do you play private schools? We are a free public charter school, which means we will be applying for membership to the South Carolina High School League, and we are going to be asking to be put into the 3A classification. Now, with our numbers, if you've looked at any of our information for MVP, we plan to enroll around 500 students our first year. 500 students is well below the requirements for the 3A classification. However, with our standards for wanting to compete amongst the best, we feel like that it's our best interest to go ahead and apply for the 3A classification, knowing that our plan is for our school to continue to grow more towards that 1,000 number. With us being part of the South Carolina High School League, our anticipation is being put into a region that is local here. So our goal is to play a local schedule. As we continue to build that, obviously we will seek to play the best regarding any classification that we may potentially schedule. But we do anticipate having local games and a local region schedule within the South Carolina High School League as we begin play next year in 2024. The types of sports that we're offering at MVP. Obviously, that is a very common question that we have. Our anticipation is to offer every sport through the South Carolina High School League that we can. We are in the process, and I hope that you've seen through the news and through our website as we begin to announce our head coaching hirings. We are really thankful and blessed for what we've been able to build here at MVP in the early stages of this school. We've hired some tremendous head coaches, and obviously they'll continue to reach out and share the word for their specific sports. And again, you can find that information on our website. The levels of sports that we are offering. The anticipation with us being a 7th through 12th grade school, all of those athletes and students being under one roof. The plan is to have a middle school team, a sub-varsity team, and a varsity team. As we open the school with 500 students, the levels of play that we have amongst our sports will always be determined on who we have available and how can we make sure and ensure that we can field those three teams. The middle school level, the sub-varsity, and the varsity level. You may see a mixture or a combination of where some sports may only have a middle schooler or sub-varsity and not be able to have a varsity schedule. Again, our anticipation is to have all three levels. That is depending on enrollment numbers and who is available. Our principal, Matt Talley, mentioned in our academic FAQ that one of the questions that we've seen for parents is, what sports will my child be able to play? Will they be able to play multiple sports? Is this a school where you focus on a sport specific program? And the answer to that is absolutely not. From my standpoint and from the athletic department, we would love to see athletes playing multiple sports. Our goal and our model here is no different than a traditional school that you may be used to here in the upstate. We want our athletes to have the ability to play multiple sports, and obviously with 500 students in year one, we definitely encourage them to take part in our fall, winter, and spring seasons for sports, and we want to be able to provide an elite level of training and exposure for our athletes here at MVP beginning in year one. Eligibility. I know that is a major concern. Anytime you're taking your child and you're taking your athlete and moving them to a different school, you want to know, regardless of what level they may be playing at, middle school, sub-varsity, or varsity, will they be eligible? And what does that require, and how does that come into play as you begin to transition to MVP in year one? The answer to that is traditionally the South Carolina High School League has provided a blanket waiver for all students to begin at a new school in year one. So our anticipation is that all students will be eligible, regardless of their level of play, year one at MVP, for them to be able to participate in athletics at MVP. Beyond that, eligibility is the same as any other traditional school, contrary to what some people may say. At any traditional school or charter school, we follow the same rules and guidelines of the South Carolina High School League. You have two entry points for eligibility, one being your seventh grade year and one being your ninth grade year. Whereas an athlete, if you enroll at a school, that can be at MVP, it can be at a traditional school in this area, that as you begin and you start your eligibility in seventh or ninth grade, you are immediately eligible. After that point, so it could be eighth grade, could be 10th grade, 11th grade, or 12th grade. If you were to transfer to any school, MVP included, in order to be immediately eligible for a varsity sport, you would have to have a bona fide change of address. Our school is located in District 2 of Spartanburg County, meaning that if you transferred after year one to MVP, we would follow the same rules and guidelines as any traditional school in any of the other regions or the South Carolina High School League member schools, meaning you would have to have a bona fide change of address for you to be eligible for a varsity competition. If else, you would have to serve a 365-day penalty. Students would be eligible to practice if there was not a bona fide change of address, and eligible for sub-varsity sports, but for that varsity eligibility, you would need to be having a bona fide change of address. A strength and conditioning program. As your athletic director at MVP, that's something that's going to be a priority for us from day one as we began to build this school, and as we begin to look at what we wanted to offer. Strength and conditioning has also always been a priority for me. That's going to be something that we're going to have an emphasis on, and we want to make sure that we're training our athletes in a way that is conducive to each and individual sport, both male and female. We're looking forward to making that announcement of who our strength and conditioning coordinator will be, and our coaches that will be participating in our strength and conditioning programs. The plan is, as you heard from Matt Talley in the first FAQ video, and hearing from me now, is that we will have a weight room available for our students to train in year one. Now, the exciting news as we begin to build MVP is our indoor field house that we will begin construction on, that will not quite be ready as we begin school in August of 2024. But the plan is to have an indoor field house, a state-of-the-art indoor field house that will have a weight room, coaches' offices, multiple basketball and volleyball courts, and an indoor track. As we begin to add to those facilities, the goal will be able to have our football field, which will be turf with a stadium, and also our baseball and softball complex that will be built on campus and located at the same place as our academic building. Those plans are very exciting, and soon throughout the holiday season, we will begin releasing renderings of our facilities and the things that we'll be offering in the future. And lastly, this evening, a lot of parents have had questions about our player development model. It's something that we've spent a lot of time promoting, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in as the athletic director at MVP. We obviously want to create an atmosphere where athletics gives our athletes an opportunity to be recruited. One of our main goals will be able to create exposure for them and to potentially give them the opportunity to go and play at the next level if that is one of their goals and dreams. However, our main focus is going to be able to grow the entire athlete. I want to make sure that when our students graduate from MVP, they are truly college and career ready. And the way that we're going to do that is through our player development model. We're going to place a huge emphasis on making sure that our athletes at MVP not only just grow athletically, which will be really important to us, but we also want to grow the entire person. We want them to become better socially, emotionally, and academically. Our player development program will feature classes that our athletes will get to take and be a part of at MVP, like character development classes, student success classes, college and career readiness classes. We really want our students to understand why they think the way that they do, why do they behave the way they do, why do they respond the way that they do. And we want to give them the tools that they need in order to respond in certain circumstances. I'm really excited about our commitment to this player development model, which we one that brings a lot of awareness to creating an atmosphere for our athletes that enables them to truly identify their calling in life. I think it's going to be really important for us. And that's kind of the model that we have here at MVP, where they're going to have the ability to be passionate about something, where they're going to identify their calling so that they can make sure that they're getting into a career field and a path in life that sets them up for success. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video tonight. If you have any other further questions for us, please do not hesitate to reach out. Our contact information can be found at mvpstars.org. We look forward to seeing you soon at a parent meeting or contacting and communicating with you via email, Zoom meetings, or on a phone call. Thank you again for your time, and I look forward to seeing you soon.